This afternoon, I had Alex Borzos from Borzos Media come into my office through Zoom and talk to us a little about Facebook advertising and integrating chatbots. Have a listen. I think you'll love it. Okay, let's get started here. Alex, you want to fire away with a bit of background? Tell us who you are, what you do, all that fun stuff, where you're coming from.
Yeah, perfect, Lincoln. Well, first off, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to speak in front of the RE/MAX Center team today. A little bit about myself. So my name is Alexander Borsos. I'm the owner and operator of Borsos Media. What we specifically do is we help real estate agents generate more buyer and seller leads, which turns into appointments, which turns into commissions. The way we primarily do that is through Facebook advertising. So we set up specific targeted campaigns to basically get people to fill out forms to get in touch with you.
All right, good stuff. So Alex, fire away then, what you want to kind of show us.
Yeah.
I know we kind of talked about 15, 20 minutes worth of stuff, but
Yep.
As we get Q&A going, feel free to take as long as you need to.
Yeah, perfect. So what I'm basically going to do for you guys today is I'm actually going to walk you through an ad account that we were managing last year. It's an active client now, so we're able to show you the information that we were able to extract for them. So I'm going to turn on the screen share and we'll roll from there, okay? Okay, so the ad account that I'm going to show you guys today is a client out west. He's primarily in the greater Vancouver area, so that includes Langley, Surrey, New Westminster, Delta, and White Rock. So I'm going to walk you through one of the campaigns here. So if I go back. So this specific campaign was focused on selling his current listings. So the two kind of ways that I see when onboarding an agent is there's normally two types of agents, either an agent that doesn't have listings currently or agents that do have listings that they need to generate someone to buy them for. This specific campaign was targeted to his listings that he already had, so we'll dive in there. And just to kind of gauge the skill level here, has anyone ran Facebook ads themselves, dabbled with it, had somebody do it for them in the past? What's kind of our skill level here?
Random on my side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So kind of scattered between like people that have, never even heard of it before and people that have dabbled with it is probably fair to say.
I'm still running ads myself.
Okay, beautiful.
I hire out for it.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I'll show you this listing ad that we have here. What we've noticed, and please feel free to take notes. I'm not going to kind of gate any information. I'm just going to throw it all out there and, use it, take it, do whatever you want with it. So as you can see here, here's kind of a snapshot of what one of our ads would look like. We take pictures that you would put on the MLS, package it up on Facebook. We have very simple text. What we find here is the key thing when you're doing Facebook advertising, and what I notice a lot of agents trip up over is you want to give enough information to spark somebody's interest, but you don't want to give them every little bit of information up front on your advertisement, because you're going to have people basically pre-screen them out when you could lose that opportunity to have a conversation with somebody. So I know people will run their front-end advertisements with a full-blown 4K production video, shows every single bedroom, yada, yada, yada. And I've ran these ads and put dollars to the road for clients. And honestly, they perform much, much worse than just a very simple ad that has very generic information on it. So as you see here, we list the city, the home size, bed, bath, price range, and a quick call to action here saying, if you want more details, click the link, fill out your information. Because at the end of the day, all your advertisements' goal should be conversations which lead to appointments, which lead to commissions. So in terms of Facebook advertising, there's a couple different options that you can run. For the cheapest cost per lead, so that's the KPI that we normally track, is you want to use a Facebook lead generation ad. What that means is Facebook actually has a form built right into Facebook so that the user doesn't have to leave Facebook. And more often than not, Facebook has the current full name and phone number and email. So it automatically populates right on that form. So it's really just a one-click opt-in which makes it super easy and simple because the more steps that somebody has to go through, generally, the less likely they are to opt in and send their information to you. So I'm going to show you what one of these forms looks like. So all it would be is we would have some quick text that mimics the advertisement here. So another huge point if you're making notes is make sure that the form that you're driving people to looks exactly like the ad. So we would have pretty much the same copy in here. And all it is a couple questions. So we would add the full name, email, and then we would plop the phone number in there. And the way these ads get pretty cool is on the next page, it seems like it's loading here, it's a thank you page. And what we do with the thank you page is it's actually, we ask people to take a quick survey. So this is where we lengthen the qualification process from a meh lead, somebody that's, 6 months to 12 months out, to somebody that's really urgent in between 1 to 3 months. And that's this software here called ManyChat. Is anybody familiar with ManyChat in the call?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Anybody else? So basically what I'm going to walk you guys through is a ManyChat sequence. And all this is imagine that a robot is communicating with your lead for you to qualify them to really extract out the needs that they're looking for. So at the end of this form, what we're doing is we're building out this sequence of conversation, and I'll walk you through what it looks like. It looks like a huge chaotic mess here, super overwhelming, but if you just break it down step by step, super simple for your lead to interact with this. So as soon as somebody clicks that start survey button, Messenger pops up and it sends this message. So it says, welcome, Lincoln. Thank you for reaching out for more information. I'm an automated system designed to help set up your search. I have a few questions so that I can better assist you. Click yes if you're interested. So if they click yes, they now become a subscriber to your ManyChat list. So very similar to an email list. Now they're subscribed for future communications from you. So once they click this yes, we move them on to the second bit. So now we're asking, are you looking, to buy? Or are you looking to sell? So based on this situation, whatever they click, we drive them to another conversation. So say, hey, they're like, I need to sell my house. They click this, and then the conversation continues. So this is a pretty quick one in terms of the selling option. So we basically just tell them, hey, we'd love to give you a free consultation over the phone. Here's my phone number. And then we want to make sure if they're looking to sell their house, but they're also looking to buy as well, we route them back to this conversation. So this button would go to the same one as the previous slide. And now we're asking those qualification information that really allows you to differentiate, like I said, a cold lead versus somebody that's an actual hot lead. So now we're asking for bedrooms, bathrooms, and do they have a house to sell, or are they looking to rent? And then based on these needs, if they're looking to rent, now we're trying to figure out how quickly are they going to be able to make a decision. Are they in a month-to-month lease, or are they in a long-term lease? Obviously, whatever one they choose, you're going to know, okay, this person definitely can, make a decision quickly, or, this is somebody that you need to kind of put in a drip campaign and, bank for later and just keep top of mind. Because you don't want to be wasting your time with people that aren't ready to, immediately make a decision. So let's just say they're in a long-term lease. So we just say, sounds good. Both of them lead to this spot. So what area do you want to be in? So now we're seeing, okay, like, are they looking to move to Hamilton, Brantford, Toronto, Oakville? Where are you looking to actually migrate? And what has you looking to move? So now you're asking, some more personal questions. Maybe it's a promotion from a job or expanding family. Really starting to get personal here. And this is valuable information when you're following up with them. Now we're seeing what their price range is. What is their budget? If they're looking to move to Toronto, do they actually have the budget to afford that? Or maybe you can guide them to a better place to work with that's friendly within their budget. And this is basically just saying, like, hey, I want to be upfront with you. How soon are you actually looking to get this going? And then this is a huge one here. So I know a lot of agents, a big frustration when they're doing lead generation and figuring things out is people will look at their listing, chat them up, go through the motions and say, oh, awesome. I'll let my agent know all about this. So right up front, what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that, okay, if somebody's communicating with you, are they already being represented by someone else? And if not, then this is a valid opportunity for you. But an awesome thing, I want you to look at the percentages here. So 18% of people said, you know what, like I actually am working with an agent. So this is how we actually really see if they're working with an agent. So it says, you know, oh, Lincoln, I'm sorry, but unfortunately I'm not able to provide advice if you've signed something obligating yourself to an agent. Have you actually signed anything? So a lot of people think they have an agent, but until you actually have a signed agreement, you're not really obligated to commit to them. So as you can notice right here on the screen, actually everybody that completed the survey said no, they haven't signed anything. So we keep the ball rolling. And you know, now we're getting into the finances. So are you looking to pay cash or are you looking to finance? You know, 99 out of 100 times it's normally finance. Now we're trying to figure out, you know, have they already been pre-approved for a mortgage or not? So if they're approved, you know, we move them through. Fantastic. And this is pretty much the closing bit. So it's like, you know, let's figure out a time and date that works for you and I to either meet up or have a telephone conversation. And then this basically, the bot just kind of hands it off, says, perfect, I'll get back to you, let you know if that works with my schedule. And this is when the system would send you a big email saying, hey, there's an appointment been set at XYZ time. You know, it's basically your turn to fill in and start doing what you guys do best.
ManyChat is awesome. I've read a lot about it for the past
Mhm.
couple of years, well, year and a half, I guess, and
Yep.
I always wanted it integrated into something. It just takes away a lot of the mundane conversation that doesn't need to be had by us.
Exactly. And you know what? It's a great way to differentiate in between somebody that's, you know, dare I say it, worth talking to. Because a lot of lead generation online, you know, it's pick up the phone, no answer, da 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 da, and you start to chase leads. Where with a qualification tool like this, you can really say, okay, this person's actually serious. If they sat down and took 10 minutes to interact with this bot, odds are, you know, they're going to be somebody that I can actually provide value to. And I want to show you the over level metrics for this to kind of put it all together. So for this specific campaign, we put the dollars to the ground, and for this specific client, we were spending $50 a day. It generated just shy of 3,000 leads. We were able to get this advertisement in front of almost 400,000 eyeballs. So that's brand exposure. That's people, you know, seeing your name repeatedly over and over. And the KPI, so the key performance indicator that we were tracking, was the cost per lead, and we got this down to $2.01 per lead, and this is Canadian. So this is a front end lead. So basically that means they filled in the form, and we noticed about 10% of people started and completed the survey. So if you were to, about 200 people went through the survey, and those 200 people turned into 12 listings for this client. So he either, 12 deals. So he either picked up a listing or sold a property through that. So that's the bulk of what I wanted to show everyone. I did craft up something to actually give you guys. So if you all want to plop your email in the chat, I have this resource for everyone. So basically what it is, it's a free resource, and it's called the Perfect Real Estate Ad Template. So it's just a little bit of information that myself and my team uses when we're crafting up advertisements. Obviously, what I've shown you is just one of many advertisements that you can use for generating leads. The other scope of, if you don't have listings, what we use is a campaign called the Ninja Listing ad campaign. And all that means is we would pick a few MLS listings, and then we would package them up on Facebook under your brand, and then we would generate leads for you that way. So this document just basically how to write your ad, how to position it, just some free information for you.
I'm going to touch on the whole chat option with the Facebook ads. So I think there's a lot of money, a lot of time being wasted in putting ads just out there. Yeah, I think with the ManyChat option, RoboChats anyways, it's a perfect opportunity to get the conversation started with somebody. And the way you had it set up there too, Even just adding some seconds or a couple seconds to make it appear like there's some typing being happening really gives a sense of real communication. Even though you've labeled in the front that it's an automated system, it's still a good opportunity. It helps break down a bit of the ice or a bit of the barrier for when you actually start having that conversation with somebody.
Yeah, the goal really is to prolong that user experience. So what I haven't showed in this, because I could talk about this for hours, is once you have somebody opt in, we also do have a whole year's worth of email follow-up campaign that's going on in the background. So you want to make sure for that $1 or $2, $3 or $4 or $5 you're spending to capture that lead, you're leveraging systems to really prolong that experience. So it's not just, they opt in, you called 1 or 2 times, and now that lead's dead. You have a system like ManyChat and then email in the background, constantly, dripping and dripping and dripping, where it might not be the 3rd, 4th, 10th, or 20th email, but maybe that 30th email, they're like, you know what, like, I actually need help now. And you're the first person there. Because honestly, people don't really do a lot of auditing when they're looking for a realtor. It's either friends or family or somebody that, they're top of mind. And that's really it.
It's Peter. Just got a quick question about ManyChat.
Yep.
So is that something you put on your website, or is that running through Facebook? And does someone have to actually sign up with an email before they can start chatting?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the experience would be, you would see this, like, for example, you would see this advertisement on your phone, right? So you're scrolling on Facebook, this would pop up. Once they click this Learn More button, they get driven to a landing page that's on Facebook. And then at the end, there's a form on the thank you page once they've opted in, asking if they would take a quick survey so that you can better help them. And then once they click that ManyChat would pop up on Facebook Messenger, and then the chat would interact with them as they start to fill out information.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
With the emails, it's auto-populated, which is another step where you don't have to have somebody type anything in. Once it's auto-populated, they have one click as opposed to a bunch of typing to do, which makes it easier. It's a psychological thing. Am I right?
Yeah, and basically the fewer steps that you can get will directly lower that KPI for your cost per lead. So the easier it is, generally the more leads that you'll get.
Is it collecting an audience that you can use for different ads later on?
Yep. So any of the ads that are clicked or opted in, you can retarget people with different advertisements. So for example, say you have a listing ad up and then you want to start to farm up a warm audience, you can start doing things like lead magnets. So packaging up value and giving it back to these people for another opt-in, and so on and so forth. So you can start farming your audience to really see who's interested versus who doesn't really care. Yeah, retargeting's huge.
How about integration with Instagram? Well, the other Facebook stuff. So being ManyChat. So right now, can you take the audience that you might be creating with ManyChat and target out to Facebook and to Instagram and Instagram's or Facebook's chat one? WhatsApp.
So you can definitely run these ads through Instagram as well, which is perfect. And the cool thing is when you're running these messenger type ads, it'll only send these advertisements to people that have Messenger installed or that are on a desktop. So Facebook's going to make sure you're not wasting your money sending your advertisements to people that won't be able to engage with it. So yeah, Facebook owns Facebook, obviously, Instagram, WhatsApp, and they also have partnerships with many different apps and websites in their audience network that gets your advertisements on there as well.
I'm super excited that I don't have to, as great as much as I'd like to do all this on my own, I think our time is better spent somewhere else, starting new contacts or following up with ones on a more personal level. Yeah, this is a no-brainer for me. I think it's a real good value add for our listing presentations too.
Yeah, definitely. And you can basically tell people that, their ads are going to be seen by thousands of people, and people love to hear that they're getting the most exposure as possible.
Yeah, exposure is great, but I think just turning it around to the conversation of what they really want. Well, we're drawing in contacts, we're drawing in leads to help sell the house. I think that's even more important.
Yep.
I would like to attest to just some small work I had Alex do for me. I was able to increase my database by 30%, which was huge, with just, 3 quick, really short ad campaigns. I had 3 conversations that have turned into, their plans for buying and following up for next year. I have them on a drip campaign. So it went from something very robotic to something very personal. So I was really happy with the results I got from working with Alex. So it's my 2 cents.
Thank you. I appreciate
Julia.
that. Like I had mentioned, anyone that's interested, if you just want to put your email in the chat there, I can send you this resource. It's basically just how to write your own Facebook ads if you want to take a stab at it on your own. And yeah, pretty much from there, if anyone has any additional questions, I can help you out.
Oh, go ahead, Amanda.
I just wanted to say thank you. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I
Alex.
hope that no questions means that everybody's like, damn, I should be doing this. Because yes, I think we all should be. I can remember, geez, and some of you that have been in the business long enough for, here's my phone. I cut it in half and that would cost me $150 for a week. And that was the ad in the newspaper, black and white. And we would do that on a weekly, religious basis. If you wanted that in color, it was 200. If you wanted to take this size, 1/8 page, it was 300. So I think it's a no-brainer. Okay, last chance what we got, Alex, everybody. Hope that was helpful. And I think if you can't see the value in this, then we must be blind.
All right. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, Alex. I appreciate it.
Everybody stay safe. Bye.
Very much.
And there you have it. That's Alex Borzos from Borzos Media giving us a bit of education on Facebook and integrating chats to help generate more business, get you more leads. So if you want to reach out to Alex, his information will be somewhere on this page wherever you're seeing this video. I hope you've learned something new and can incorporate it into your business. All right. Thanks a lot from the Hamilton office. This is Lincoln. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.